Hello everybody, and welcome to the channel. I know some of you have been waiting for this for a very long time, considering I've had this channel for years and haven't uploaded on it. But it's finally time. Today is the day. So let's not waste any more time. This is my 2002 Acura RSX. It is not a normal RSX by any means compared to other ones. And I will show you. Going to the inside, this is a premium, which means it's a base model with the leather seats and an upgraded sound system. However, that sound system doesn't matter. First thing you may notice is my seatbelts are a different color, and the bottom of my steering wheel shroud thing's a different color. This car came with a tan interior when I bought it, and I have put in an extensive amount of work swapping to a black interior. And unlike most RSXs, I have door tweeters, and I still have the tweeters up front in there. Rear speakers are out. And that's another thing with this car, is I have swapped in the Harman Kardon speaker system from my BMW E46 320i, which included the front tweeters, the door speakers, the rear speakers, and it's, yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good swap. It went right in, for the most part. I need to do a little modification on the back. As you can see, that's why the speakers are out. Those are the factory rears. And the one on that side's out too. And then other than that, this car doesn't have a spare in it, and has a coolant delete for the throttle body. Yeah. So, we're going to go get a coffee, and then we're going to do some mounting, I guess. I will also note that because I'm using a Ram air intake with half of the stock airbox, this thing is kind of loud. I don't know if you can hear the intake whistling, but it's pretty loud. Okay. Check engine light on, cleared, came back, whatever. I don't know what it is now. It was evap at first, and it's probably evap again, because all I did was clear the code. I noticed my gas cap was open at the bank. Or, not my gas, like the door to my gas cap was open at the bank, but the gas cap was all the way on. So I don't know. We'll have to take a look at that. But we're currently in the back of my RSX, because we need to make mounts for these speakers. Right. These stock speakers are obviously meant to bolt in, which they were bolted in, but because I don't have stock speakers on anymore, these are the ones from that hunk of garbage over there that I'm trying to get rid of. They don't exactly bolt in. They're the same size actual speaker, but the bolts are different. So, what I'm thinking is we can kind of line it up like this, and I can just drill screws right into the panel. There, and on the bottom, right? And then do that on the other side, and then maybe be able to get the speaker cover over it. I doubt it, because these are the factory speaker covers that came with these panels, right? Because these panels aren't factory. I have tan speaker covers too, because I have tan side panels originally. And it is very evident that this car used to have a tan interior from looking at the front, because the bottom of the steering wheel bezel lines up with the dash. However, a lot of people have seen me, put this car together, and everything in here, even like the A-pillars, are black, which these didn't come with. One of my buddies gave those to me. So, I don't know. If you find yourself on this channel, you know who you are. Thank you. I appreciate them. So yeah, we need to make some mounts. I need to go get my drill and I have some screws in here somewhere. Now, I have the original speaker screws from the factory speakers, which means I should just be able to get like a Phillips head bit on my drill and just drive these right into the panel without drilling a hole. And I grabbed a bag of hardware. Or my drill's up here, I think. Yeah, and then there's a bag of hardware there for the that have screws in it that I think are for the fog lights, because they're held on the zip ties right. So I was lining the speaker up to put the first screw in. It's in, and I noticed that it went into where the shroud goes, and it actually sits kind of flush when you push it in. So I think I kind of fucked with the 2-screw setup better, because I just need enough to hold it to the inside. I don't need it to, I just don't want it to be sitting down here like they have been, because they kind of rattle when they're down there. And I'm trying to kind of clean this up a bit, because I also want to get like an amp and a sub in this car eventually. The door speakers, I mean, you can barely tell they're there. The window tweeters, does whatever, they're just kind of there. So, yeah. But yeah, literally all I did was I took a Phillips and I just went and shot it through. So there's a couple more screws here. But yeah, I can just kind of push that in there and then take the drill. You kind of find a good angle for the drill. If you get enough leverage. Trying to do this with one hand isn't exactly easy, believe it or not. Kind of whack, but like, it's in. So, like, obviously I won't be able to put the shroud on it, the cover. I could probably get one made. This one's also not even for this side. I don't know where the other one is. Up front. But, I mean, that kind of works. Like, it's not holding, but it's also not going to, you know. Since there's the spot down below. But that's in. That's kind of how we're installing these speakers now, just so they stay in. So, this side is in, and just to show, it's just two screws. It's stable, not too bad. That side, we already put in, it's stable. 2 screws, that side's tucked in. This side has that side tucked in, so they're kind of, yeah, they're tucked into the same on both sides and screwed into the same points on both sides. I might need to modify the big speakers and the doors, because half the time my doors don't close unless you slam them, and I don't like slamming my doors. But that is a project for another day. So yeah, we're just gonna get to the